Okay, this one's going to be quite important. So this one is, how do you know if someone is for you? So how is someone for you? So someone can be physically for you, but spiritually against you. And I'm going to tell you signs how to recognize someone is for you or against you. And and then also, if you recognize that they're spiritually against you, you essentially never do business with them, you don't befriend them, and you never waste your time with them. And you never take, of course you take everyone's information with a grain of salt, right? But you don't take what they say too deep, because they're always going to try to conflict with you. So essentially, first impressions, super important. So when you first meet someone, you have to remember how you felt in their presence. Did they greet you warmly, friendly? Were they giving you bad vibes, bad energy? Was something chaotic happening around them? It's always red flags and signs from the universe. Universe, God, right? And I truly believe that every culture and every people, culture, group, cult, religion, everyone has some kind of aspect of reality correct, but we're all essentially calling the same thing different names. But I still think there are different things that we have to clarify, because I do think that there is evil in the world, and I think pretending like it doesn't exist is a big mistake. But another red flag about people essentially, if you're trying to connect with someone and you find that it's always a confliction, it's always difficult, like, oh, your schedule's always not matching up, or something's happening, they're busy or something like that, it's a big sign that it's not meant to be, because whatever is of God is easy, flows naturally. Whatever is seemingly forced, is something that you should avoid and cut off. And these people, you never do business with them because they're always going to sabotage you. So here's another sign if someone's for you or against you. Because example, someone can be for you, giving you food, but they are taking your energy. You know what I mean, on the side. So you have to be aware of energy and aware of who's for you and who's against you. Another thing is, when you're talking to someone and you're telling them something important about your world belief, your world perception, and they start making you doubt yourself, questioning your own opinion, your own belief, and your own reality, fucking red flag. You avoid these people. Don't even bother telling them anything important, because you know they're just going to say, it's probably something else, probably this instead of that. They're trying to, it's essentially this matrix trying to protect itself from you figuring out the truth. And this is what this channel is all about, to expose the lies and free the mind from the matrix. Because this is a spiritual matrix, and everything is spiritual, and everything happens for a reason. Now, another thing, if someone is always, you're talking and they talk on top of you, it's a big red flag. Because in conversations and relationships with people and energy, it's always going to be a give and take. You give energy, they receive, they give some energy back. But if they're just taking energy, or they're trauma dumping onto you, it's a red flag that they're just not for you. They're not an ally. That's another red flag. Just small things. If they're screwing you up in any way, if they're sabotaging you, accidentally making mistakes, it can be the smallest thing, but it's actually a sign. Sometimes here's another one. You're talking to someone and you're trying to tell them something important, and the phone rings, or someone walks into the room, and it gets interrupted. So your important message, your important thing that you want to talk about got interrupted because this person basically summoned that other person telepathically and called that phone call in, called that car to come drive by and honk, called in, because we're all psychic to some extent, and you have to trust in your gut instinct with people and with things. You never, don't take it from me, don't ever take for granted your gut feeling. You always trust your gut instinct forever, 100%, or else you're gonna be like, you're gonna get hurt, trust me. Anyway, what else can I say? about people. How do you know if they're for you or against you? Essentially, it always comes down to if the root core is always about God. It's like if you're a believer in God and they're not a believer in God. Like if you have some belief in some higher power, some God, okay, you're not sure, but you have some, but the other person just, they don't know, no, they don't care, they don't think, so like that. Confliction, energy confliction. And I'll try to make more videos about that, but this is basically what my advice. Peace.